Hello guys and welcome to another video. Now let's look at the match between the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders. I mean, wow, what a game. The Falcons offense was on fire, absolutely blazing throughout the match. I think we all had questions about their defense. It's been a bit shaky, hasn't it? But they really delivered on offense. Michael Penix Jr. was outstanding, throwing a sensational 307 yards and connecting on 20 out of 26 passes. And let's not forget Drake London and Kyle Pitts. London racked up 110 yards, bang. Pitts was right there with him, pulling in crucial yards too. And Bijan Robinson just incredible with that 14-yard rushing touchdown. Anyway, there's just so much more to discuss, so subscribe and stick around if you're into deep dives and passionate football analysis. You won't want to miss what's next. Now, moving forward, let's talk about Michael Penix Jr. and how he single-handedly led the charge, shall we? The guy was practically unstoppable, completing 20 of 26 passes. That's like throwing pebbles into the ocean, right? And get this, he threw for a massive 307 yards. His connection with Drake London and Kyle Pitts wasn't just good, it was magical. Like those guys must share brainwaves or something. Penix's 2 touchdown passes were textbook examples of precision and timing, dissecting Washington's defense as if it were a high school geometry problem. You can't overlook how he read blitzes and pinpointed open receivers, especially on those long throws that averaged over 11 yards each. Remember folks, his ability to keep the offense on pace is what made Atlanta clock over 34 minutes in possession time. Incredible, right? I mean, sure, he had that interception hiccup, but you know what? He took it in stride, bounced back, and led Atlanta right down the field again. And yes, his O-line deserves a shout-out for that near-spotless pocket, only 1 sack. This performance wasn't just a fluke, it was a masterclass from Penix, and it's definitely setting some high standards for the rest of the season. Now, shifting gears from the Falcons' standout offense, we need to talk about the Washington Commanders and their resilient attempt to turn things around. Listen, it's easy to overlook a team when the spotlight is elsewhere, but Marcus Mariota and his squad showed some real grit and determination. They were under the cosh early on thanks to Atlanta's offensive onslaught, but they didn't crumble. Mariota, with all the pressure in the world bearing down, delivered a clutch touchdown pass to Deebo Samuel, who, let's be honest, was a menace throughout the game. And then there was that 2-point conversion to Zach Ertz, showcasing some smart play calling and execution. But here's the thing, defense. Bobby Wagner was a force of nature, leading with 10 tackles that aimed to disrupt Atlanta's flow. The Commanders had some strategies up their sleeve, like bringing those fast blitzes to try and suffocate Penix Jr., although they were occasionally caught out by Atlanta's diverse offensive arsenal. So while they fell short in the end, Washington certainly laid some solid groundwork, and they'll need to build on these lessons if they're eyeing playoff contention. There's room for growth, for sure. Alright, so shifting gears here to the pivotal plays of the match. The early stages set a fascinating tone, didn't they? John Parker-Romo nailed that 38-yard field goal right off the bat, and it just seemed to give the Falcons this sense of confidence. I mean, it's those early points that start laying psychological groundwork, right? Then from there, you had Michael Penix Jr., who just dialed in like a surgeon with that connection to Drake London for a 5-yard strike. That extended the lead, sure, but also it kind of pulled the rug from under the Commanders' feet in terms of defensive strategy. Bijan Robinson, man, his 14-yard dash for a touchdown was like a lightning bolt, cutting through Washington's defense, showing everyone just what he's capable of. And it lit a fire because Washington had to react, and quickly they did. With Matt Gay knocking through those field goals, a 43-yarder and a 52-yarder, suddenly the room felt different, like momentum was swinging a bit. It was in the fourth quarter, though, that things got tense. Deebo Samuel pulling that 24-yard touchdown out of the hat, plus Mariota's pinpoint 2-point conversion, it all started tightening up again, making for some compelling football drama. So, transitioning to the final stretch of the game, the Atlanta Falcons really showed what they're made of. Despite all the pressure the Commanders put on them, Atlanta sealed this one with strategic acumen and sheer will. I mean, when you've got Michael Penix Jr. hooking up with Drake London and Kyle Pitts like that, it's perfection in motion, seriously. The protection from the offensive line was rock solid, giving Penix all the time he needed to make the critical plays. Now, let's talk a bit about Bijan Robinson. His running game was just massive, right? It wasn't just the yardage, but the way he kept the defense guessing, making Atlanta's offense hard to predict. These guys really capitalized on their strengths. Sure, the defense had shaky moments, particularly with Mariota and Samuel finding those gaps, but the Falcons came up big with those decisive interceptions and crucial tackles. This win, it's a significant lift for Atlanta, boosting morale and confidence just when they need it. So tell me, do you think the Falcons have what it takes to keep this streak going? Drop your thoughts in the comments, give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe for more thrilling breakdowns and epic match analyses. Let's keep this conversation rolling, folks.